Hello guys, welcome back to another video of Just for Koi. I hope you're all doing well, all keeping safe, all out of trouble. Before we continue with the video, just remember to share, like and subscribe to the channel and hit that notification button so you can get notified with all the future videos coming ahead. Other than that, let's just crack on with this video. What have I been up to over the last 2 weeks? Well, not much, to be honest with you. As some of you may know from my last video, which was I think around 2 weeks ago, or just under 2 weeks ago, I had a pretty nasty fall. Ended up landing on my wrist. Luckily, touch wood, let's touch it. Got away with really minor injuries, a little bruise on the eye, but my wrist is in still a little bit of pain. But other than that, we're slowly healing. So that's the incident that we had, and that's what happened. And I did also come off the ladder as well, but anyway, enough malarkey. I've got a few boxes, well, a parcel from Coastal Koi, really well wrapped. And I also went to Crouch Valley Koi Show a few weeks ago. I ended up buying a few things that I needed for the pond. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to spin you guys around, show you what's in the boxes, show you what I've purchased and what I'm going to be up to over the next few days. And all this needs to get done because I've actually gone on putting a deposit now onto 2 koi that I've fallen in love with. Possibly not everyone's taste in koi is different, but all three of them have got a really good body shape, really stocky, lovely. I'm not a pro to sit there and explain you about the beni, the sumi and all that bone structure and towel thickness and all that malarkey. But me, I know what to kind of look out for, so it's like in my instincts. So yeah, like I was saying, all the koi are absolutely amazing. 2 of them are from SKS and the other one is from another company called Select Nishigoi International. So they're about an hour or so away from me. SKS is 2 to 3 hours away from me. So I've put my deposit down on both the koi at SKS, and within this week I should hopefully be making my way down there and viewing the fish in live, doing my little inspection on them and hopefully bringing them home. Possibly we'll go Friday or Saturday to view the 3rd fish at Select Nishigoi International. I'm not going to bother telling you guys what they are. We can all wait and we will all see them. We waited 3.5 years just to get this pond up and running. I'm sure a few more days or a week we can all bear with it. So anyway, enough mumbo jumbo. I'm going to spin you guys around, show you what's in my parcels, what I've purchased and what needs to be done. There you go, she's going off. What needs to be done hopefully by the weekend. And today is Tuesday, so I've got a few days to do everything what needs to be done. So let's spin you around and let's just crack on with this video. Okay, this is all our parcels from Coastal Koi. These are the stuff that I've purchased from Crouch Valley, which is basically an air bar and along with some manifolds and some fittings. I'm actually going to do a video of it on its own just for these air valves and also the air bar and how I'm going to be aerating the rest of the pond. So that's going to be another separate video, but that's what I've got there and all these boxes over here. But before we continue opening these boxes, what I'm going to show you that I've got a few little problems that need to be fixed is I've put a auto top-up system right over there, and as you can see the floor is wet and it's bloody leaking. And where it's leaking from is where you see that orange hose connector. There's a little bit of water leaking from there. Originally it was from both the sides, as you've seen. I think you just see that drip there. So it's not a leak from the device, but there was also a leak from the device itself, which is basically right at the bottom. So I'll just come around this way and I'll show you. If I can focus the camera, it's not really a good focus, but where my finger is, that crusty finger, right underneath there, it's not bloody focusing, but anyway, literally right underneath there, there was another leak. So there, I had 3 leaks coming from either hose tail connections and also from the bottom. Sorted this one out with PTF, done the same thing on both of them, and it's just still leaking. So that's a little job that I need to do. I need to basically fix that up with a bit of PTFE tape. I can't believe I actually spoke about this for about 2-3 minutes, but anyway. And with the biochamber, this is where the, well, not a big issue, but this is my main issue that I've got that needs to be sorted out. So what I'm going to do, I'll remove all these off here, because I've just put these on temporary as a cover up to try and avoid, as you can see, all these little bits falling in here. I've got a friend of mine who also has his own AQUA channel, and I'll actually put his link on the descriptions below. I'm going to be getting a cover made over this from this stuff, same material as the drum. I think it's called PP. I'm not quite sure what the material is actually called on this, but yeah, so we're going to get a lid made on top of this with the same material as that, possibly the same thickness or whatever it is. We'll see how it goes. But the main issue is where I've got the in coming in from here and the out from the same side. If you've seen on my previous video, both these pipes are off the ground, and the longer pipe coming down this way has got no slits running through it, possibly halfway through the pipe, and then further down is got all slits all the way around, and the out is a shorter run but with slits all the way from the beginning all the way around. And as I'm aerating this moving bed, what's happening is I've got so much oxygen in here, which that is what we want, because the beneficial bacteria stuff that grows on these plasticky mediary things, which is known as K1 helix 13 in here, and I think there's some micro K1 in here as well. But anyway, we need a lot of oxygen in here to be able to be building up the living bacteria, the beneficial bacteria, and for it to basically grow and to mature. And what's happening is, as the air diffusers are on at the bottom, the air is traveling into the pipe for the out. And what I need to do is basically disconnect this pipe down here. What I will actually do, I'll put a little picture of what I'm talking about, because if you're new to the channel, I've already possibly lost you when explaining what I'm trying to do. But anyway, I'll put a little picture up now actually. And as you've seen, this pipe where it's up, I need to disconnect this, put an elbow down to this and bring it to the corner of this moving bed, and have the pipe running low as possible on the corner of it, and then hopefully the air won't travel into the pipe, which is the outlet. And that's basically coming all the way through here, feeding into this pump. And there was also, where I've got these returns, what this pump is basically feeding those 3 returns. Where I've got these returns coming in, there was air coming out of them, and you could also hear it from the pump as well. So anyway, that's what needs to get done. So that's another job that I need to sort out. So they're the 2 issues that I've really got. That little leak over there with the top-up feeder, and more concerned about sorting out this so we don't get any air traveling into the pump, because you can also damage your pump from the air going into there, and you end up getting all bubbles over there, and your flow won't be correct. So that's what needs to get done. And obviously I need to put this air bar, which is for the skimmers here, both of them. So there's about 1.5 meters in length between both the skimmers. So I'm going to drop an air bar down there, so when the food goes in, my drum doesn't end up eating all the food, and it stays in the pond for the koi to eat to develop, to grow, and all that malarkey. So what I'm going to do, a quick little one, open up these boxes, show you what's in there and what they're for, and we'll take it from there. Right then, you know what, before we unpackage them, I'll show you what's in here as well. So this is the air bar, and this was purchased from a company called AQUA Aeration Systems. I'll put their link in the descriptions below as well. I follow them on Instagram, so I'll put their Instagram link on there, and you guys can contact them and get what you need to get for yourselves. All in here. Open up this. They do some lovely fittings, lovely manifolds, and you can also get stainless steel manifolds on there. But like I said, go on their site and check them out, or contact them on Instagram. So got these manifolds, 3 manifolds, got 2 of those. So one of these is going to be basically doing the biochamber, and the other one's going to be doing the bottom drains and also the air bar. Got a lovely fitting here for the air pumps. These are for the air pump fittings, and then these are all the elbows to get all the pipe connected up from the air bar coming out of the pond to go into the filter pit and to leave wherever it's going to go to. They've got all these fittings here, and how these go, basically these are all push fits, so you can use push fit, or you can use, don't know what these are called, but is it hose tail fittings? Yeah, anyway, so you can either have push fit, or these can go in like so, and then they become the connection for your hose, and then you just push the button down. Not sure if this is all on camera, if I'm off the camera, but then you push the button down like so, and then it just pops out just like that. Easy peasy, all good. So I've got loads of those and loads of these fittings. So these are basically for the air bar that's going to get done over the next few days. And when we come to here, we'll start off with the small one, and then we'll work our way up to the big box. So we'll just cover this up now that we've shown you guys. And I'll pull the knife out of my pocket. Always come prepared. Always come prepared. I'll be honest with you, Coastal Toys service is 10 out of 10. They're so fast, everything always comes well packaged, and their service is spot on. Very helpful, very helpful. I'm going to put their link on the descriptions below as well, so you guys can check it out as well. So what we have in this first box is a Fujimac, and this is a 80, Fujimac 80. So this is going to be basically aerating just the bottom drains, both the bottom drains. I'm going to split it over 2 bottom drains. So that's what that is. And these air pumps are meant to be the best air pump on the market. Well, I've never used it, but apparently they're meant to be extremely quiet. So that will actually be useful with the videos, because then you guys won't be hearing all this noise that you're hearing now in the background. And our second parcel. Just open this up as well. Every single package really well wrapped. And you get, well, depending on what time you order, you can end up getting next day delivery with them as well, which is very good. So if you're in an emergency for some sort of treatments to treat your pond with parasites or whatnot, you can end up getting your stuff literally the next day. So what we've got in here, we've got a bottle of 2.5 litre fish protect. I actually used to use this in my other ponds. I highly recommend this. Very good stuff. It says on there what it actually does. It dechlorinates and protects the fish and purifies and detox the ponds. But it's a really, really good product. When I used to add this into my other pond, you can actually see a big difference with the water clarity. I recommend this. So anyway, you guys can check this out. So that's another parcel, and of course, a few fittings. So what we've got in here, a couple of 45s. So we'll check this out as well. So we've got a couple of 45s in here. So that's that parcel. Put everything back in here. Put these into here as well. The parcels are getting bigger. The parcels are getting bigger. Don't know if I showed you guys or if I mentioned it. We had a little bit of rain and I put like a temporary tarpaulin sheet over the pergola just to protect, well, all the electrical stuff, such as like the Profi drum controller, the motor for the drum, and so on. Pretty much everything else is waterproof or water resistant. Well, this box really well wrapped. Okay, what have we got in here? We've got 2 pumps, 222 litres per hour pump from AQUA. Sorry about the motor there. AQUA Eco Vary pump. All my pumps have actually been from Evolution Aqua, and I've not really had them for too long, even though they've been sitting down for almost 3 years not doing nothing. I didn't really use them for no longer than a year, and 2 of them, one of my 30k pumps, have completely packed up. The propeller literally seized on it, and I'm not sure if you can get any parts from it, but when Craig was here, he said the pump is just gone. He tried to fix it and he said the pump's had it. And that 30k pump was only used for like 3-4 months. So that's a bit of a shame that that's actually happened. And the pump that I've got actually on the Biochamber now, which is a 10k EA pump, the pump is too small. It needs to be minimum really a 20, so I went for a 22. And these are the pumps that I've purchased. So 22 litres per hour pumps. They come with controllers, and if I'm not wrong, all the fittings, you get union fittings with this. I believe they're all in there, so you get a nice little package for them for what the price is. They're well worth the price. What I would say, a pump, well, all the pumps pretty much do the same thing, but if you can afford it and you don't mind in spending the extra dosh, I would recommend to go with, even though I've purchased this and I'm just giving my own opinion, so it's totally down to yourselves. And if you guys like, you can comment down, make a comment on down below. You cannot beat an Oase pump. Oase, their technology is so well ahead of most all the other brands that I've looked into or researched. Again, don't hold me to my word on that. You can correct me if you like, but I'm just going with what I've found out and what I believe. The technology on the Oase pumps, the systems, the controllers, the Bluetooth, the Wi-Fi stuff, everything, that how it can all connect together, and you can just literally do everything on your phone. I think that is a really pretty handy thing to have, but then again, that all comes at a cost. So these pumps are absolutely fine. A pump will do the same job. They will all push the water around. But if you're looking to go for top spec, top high-end pumps, I recommend Oase. But anyway, that's that malarkey. And also, I saw, is it Koi Pond Lifestyle or Pond Lifestyle Koi? Sorry if I got the name of the channel wrong. Andy, basically he just purchased a pump, his pump packed up on his filter system, and he opted with a Pontec pump, which are a good pump as well, and they're also made from AERATION, so that's like their brand down. So there's always another option to look into like that. And again, Andy, if I've got the name of the channel wrong, mate, I really do apologise. But anyway, enough malarkey. Next box, and the last box. Well, this box is taped everywhere. So these are basically the jobs that I'm going to need to be doing, getting the air bar on. That's the reason why I had to end up purchasing the other the air pump, changing over these air pumps, and also sorting out inside the Biochamber. So, oh, it's another pump. And this is basically the 30k pump, which is over here. And this is going to be running the second drum. So I've just purchased that to have in hand already. Yep, so the box was a little bit open there, but it's fine. It's not a big issue. And got a 3-inch end cap for the backy shower. I'm not even sure if I mentioned it, but I've actually mounted the backy showers up. They're not connected to any pipe work or anything, but they're in place. One of the backy showers got 80 kg of BHM in there, which is all being treated with PP, and the other one is completely empty. I'm not really too keen on where they're sitting at the moment, so we'll have to get to that another time. But anyway, these are the fittings that I was talking about that actually come with the pump as well. And usually when you do buy other pumps, even EA pumps, they don't come with any of these fittings. So this basically will end up screwing onto your pump and then your pipe work. So these are the unions, and you get 2 with each pump. So yeah, you get 2 of each pump, and that's a really good bonus, because I think these are like, I'm not really sure, don't quote me on my word, but they're not cheap. They're not cheap, I'll just say it like that. And I've got a 2-inch flange here, because I ended up gluing one of the ball valves. Well, done a wrong connection basically. So I've just bought the flange instead of going out them, purchasing a whole brand new 2-inch valve. So these are like £4, and these ball valves are like from 15 to 20 quid, or even 30 quid at absolute point. So yeah, so they're not cheap. So it's good to know that you can get little fittings and spares from Coastal Koi for all these kind of stuff as well. And with these pumps as well, sorry about that, they've got everything in hand if anything goes wrong. So you can get the controller, the propeller, the actual unit. So anything ever does go wrong, just give them a call, tell them what's up with the pump, and they'll just send you the spares over that you need. Okay, I'm going to sort that out in a bit. So I'll just grab you guys now and basically try and keep it as short as possible, because I think I've been mumbo jumboing for quite a long while. By the time I get all this video together, oh god, I know AQUA ain't going to be too happy. Okay, as you can see, I've got my hands full over the next few days. What I'm going to do is basically sort out this air bar, change all the pumps over, sort out in the Biochamber, and then over the weekend go and collect one of the koi, and possibly collect all 3 of them by the weekend. I'm not sure, I just need to see how it goes, because they're not local and they're not next to each other. So, but I do promise you this, the next packaging that we open, it won't be any pipes and pumps and fittings. There's going to be something beautiful coming out of them. So yeah, just a quick little update. Well, I say a quick little update. I do apologise about the motorcyclist again. And there she goes off again. So she's going off really around every 40 minutes, 30 minutes. Well, I don't want to say that, is that how long I've been talking? Jeez. Yeah, so I've got my hands full. Need to do what needs to get done so we can put the fish in here. Actually, before I spin you around, I haven't even shown you the water condition. So let's just spin you guys around. Okay, so we're still green. We're definitely not clear, or nowhere near crystal clear. That's where I've placed the backy showers. I'm a little bit iffing and ahhing about that, if they're going to stay there or not. But if I'm not happy with them there, I've already got an alternative place to put them. So they won't be like a backy shower. They'll be on a spigot, whatever it's called. Spigot, I think. That basically will just run into the system. But anyway, that's another exactly. So you can see like the water is actually starting to clear. I can see a couple of about 1.5 feet or maybe 2 foot down. It's only a 40 watt amalgam light in the drum, so it's got all this work to do. So this much water, basically 39,000 litres of water, one single bulb is trying to cope with this, and as you can see, it is struggling. If it was clear water and mature water and the pond was mature, maybe, well, I doubt it would be this cloudy or green or murky, whatever you want to call it. It would possibly cope better. But what I am going to do as well, one of those pumps that I've shown you, I'm going to be connecting a temporary 55 EA UV onto here, and hopefully that will speeden up the process over the next few days. So when we do get the koi, we can actually end up seeing them and not looking at this while you've got some beautiful koi swimming around in there. But anyway, so this is how the water is looking. So now what we'll do, we'll spin you guys back round to me. Okay, so you've seen the condition of the water and you've seen what I need to do. Got my hands full as usual, and I'll just have all that done before we get the koi in, and that is it. So enough mumbo jumbo. All take care and all be safe. Remember to like, share and subscribe. All the best.